Good morning, students. In this unit, we will be learning about computer security and privacy. Agenda of this unit is we will be covering reasons for security break, what are the threats to computer, how you can protect your data, and what are the steps you should follow for scanning and cleaning viruses. We are storing a lot of information on our computers and electronic devices. We are keeping our photos on our mobiles. Your school computers will store your personal information regarding your parents' details, and computers used in bank stores the financial information. So if any kind of this information gets leaked and fall into the wrong hands, it can cause a lot of harms to people. For example, if information stored in bank computer gets leaked, it can cause many people to lose lot of money. Hence, it is essential to keep computers secure and our data safe. What are the reasons behind security break? Security break is leakage of any kind of information. It can be your debit card details, it can be your email ID password. So security break is the leakage of information stored in computer. How your personal information can be leaked? There are two ways in which your personal information can be leaked. If you are sharing all your account details and password on unsecure sites. Second one is that a person gets unauthorized access to your computer. This can happen in the office if we leave our computer without logging out or without turning off our computer. If someone is sitting on our computer, then he can do anything with our system. Suppose if you are in bank and you forgot to shut down the system, the person behind you can access your system and can do financial transaction. He can transfer money from his account to another account. These cases are common. Now who will be the responsible for doing such transfer? Only you are the responsible person, not that one who is doing mischief, because you have not logged out your credentials from the system. That's why some other person was able to do transaction. So it is the responsibility of yourself only. Now next are the threats to computer. So threats are the ways in which personal information can be leaked from the computer without our knowing. Theft means stealing of information or hardware. There may be three types, like physical theft in which a person can steal your desktop, computer, laptop, mobile. Like this way, physical thefts are there. And identity theft is when hacker steals your personal information and assumes your identity. If someone is using my credentials and posting the tweet or posting anything on the social media on behalf of me, that type of theft will come under the identity theft. Using this false identity, the hacker can gain access to your account information or they can perform illegal activity. They can demand money from the social media sites like Facebook. If someone knows my account username and password, he can access to my login account and there he will demand money to my friends that urgently I need money, but my friends will think that I want money, so they will transfer the money immediately. They will not be able to know that someone else is using my identity. So this kind of theft is identity theft. Now next come the virus. Viruses are computer programs that can damage the data and software program or steal the information stored on computer. Major types of viruses are worms and Trojan horse. Worms, these are the viruses that replicate themselves and spread to all files once they attack a computer. This makes it difficult to remove them. Sometimes you may be seeing that in one new folder, again you are seeing another new folder, again you are seeing another new folder. So that is because of virus, because that new folder is replicating. Due to virus, that new folder is replicating many times. Next comes the Trojan horse. Trojan horse, it seems that they are the useful program, but they, when they will download from the different website, once it reaches your computer, it starts behaving like a virus. When you're downloading some games from the internet, generally this kind of virus is downloaded with them, and they also destroy your data. Next is the online predator. Online predator means these are the people who trap you into inappropriate relationship. They may be older people posing to be your age, bullying you into doing illegal activities online and sometimes face to face. Next comes internet scams. Sometimes you may receive very attractive offers that you win a lottery and you can claim the prize by depositing certain amount of money. You win 1 crore, for that you have to deposit only 10,000. Like this message is there. So if you are getting 1 crore money, then 10,000 is nothing with the 10 with 1 crore. So you will deposit 10,000 and you will think that you may be getting 1 crore. When you deposit the money using credit card or online banking, you may not only lose the deposit money but also your card information can be misused later. That is why whenever your any kind of card is lost, immediately lodge a police complaint or immediately block your card. Depending on the threats which is happened, you can lodge a complaint. If you are here, if you have lost your next is protecting your data. To protect our data from theft and viruses, we should take the following measures. We should always use strong password to log into our computer, whether we are logging into our email, whether we are using online banking. So we should make our password difficult to guess, and we should use the password with mixing small letters, capital letters, numbers, special characters. So this would prevent unauthorized people from using our computer. Now next step is how we can protect our data using antivirus and firewall. Antiviruses and firewall monitor the data coming in and coming out of a computer and prevent viruses from entering. So antiviruses can help detect and cleaning viruses that may enter the computer. Now next is encrypted data. We can also encrypt our data. This is usually done by banks and companies in which important customer information is stored. They can encrypt their entire hard disk using encrypting feature in Windows, that is BitLocker. BitLocker feature you will be getting in Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows 10 also, but home edition, if you are using Windows 10, you will not get BitLocker. Through BitLocker you can enter a password for any drive also. Give any password to suppose D drive or E drive. For that, if someone want to use that drive, the decryption password is required. That password is required to access that drive information. Next is secure sites. Always we should access the sites which is starting with HTTPS and a lock symbol should be there. Then it is safe to give our credit card and bank details information. Otherwise, if the site is not secured, if the site is starting with HTTP, that means the site is not secure. And if lock symbol is also not there, that means that site is not secure. So we should not log in into those sites. And we should not log in with our bank details on those sites. If we are logging on unsecured sites, they may can steal our information, our bank account details, and can transfer money. Now next is scanning and cleaning viruses. So Windows 10 comes with Windows Defender program which can scan and clean your computer. You can use it, or you can install any other antivirus program like Norton, Quick Heal, Kaspersky antivirus for scanning and cleaning your computer. The Windows Defender is built in. If you are maintaining the Windows Defender properly, no need to install any other antivirus. And it is also recommended that for your mobile phone also a good antivirus you should install if you are doing financial transaction with your mobile phone. Now next is a good antivirus program will clean most troublesome items like computer viruses. Malicious program written specifically to cause damage to data. Antivirus program will remove these viruses. It can remove worms. Worms will generally eat up your disk space. Malware. Malware is generally installed when you are clicking on unwanted advertisements. So any type of program with malicious intent such as spying, posting unwanted ads, etc. That link you should not click. Spam files, electronic junk mail or junk news group posting or any unsolicited email. Temporary files, files created by applications and programs for internal usage while working. There are no use once an application program is closed. Junk files. Junk files is generally named for temporary files, cached program setup file, thumbnails, and other bits of digital detritus that pile up over time. So all these viruses, all these temporary files will be removed if we are using good antivirus program. Now next, how to scan using Window Defender. First you have to open the settings, then click on update and security, then click on Window Defender, then do virus and threat protection. Click on virus and threat protection. Then below this you will be seeing your antivirus also. If you have purchased, for my system I purchased Quick Heal Internet Security Essential. So that's why I'm seeing this. Otherwise, current threads. Under current threads, you can start quick scan if you want to scan the system using Windows Defender. Or you can choose any other option, scan option on the basis of your system requirement. So we should regularly maintain our system. With this, we have completed this unit. If any doubts are there, then you can reach out to me. So thank you everyone.